from PRX.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a classic episode of Sleep With Me. In 2025, we're trying to bring you 3 episodes a week. And this episode's all the way back 338. That's like 1,000 episodes ago or something like that. Wow. Is that really how many episodes we made since then? But this is a real-time recipe episode, Worcestershire. So I hope you enjoyed. It is an older episode, so it's going to be a little bit looser. There may be some, it may be like a little bit PG-13 where we talk about stuff that we wouldn't talk about in a modern episode. But it's pretty chill. Maybe a few HE double hockey sticks and hex and stuff like that. But I think you'll enjoy it. You get a look back at the past. You get an extra episode a week. And we're here to help you out. So I hope you enjoy it. This is real-time Worcestershire. I think I said it correctly, though I won't in the episode. Thanks for listening. Sleep With Me podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states. Hey everybody, this is Scoots, where I encourage the people who already get a lot of value out of Sleep With Me, who listen to 2 or more episodes a week, or 2. If you listen all night, definitely pay attention right now. Or if you listen to like 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes of Sleep With Me a week, I'd love to have you support the show back so we can be here for you. But I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm just trying to get this message through. If you already say, yeah, I know, I just keep forgetting. This is just one more reminder of how powerful your actions are when you support the show, and just giving you somebody else to identify with who did it. They were just like you. I know I get value out of the show, but I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it the next day, because I've been there too. And this comes from Nora. I was listening to Sleep With Me multiple times a week, more often than other stress relief subscriptions I actually paid for. So I decided I should start paying for this podcast. I wanted to support a podcast that was so important to me. And I really like the ad-free content and the extra array content. So thanks, Nora. So if you're getting more value out of Sleep With Me than stuff you already pay for, it makes your life better. And that's what I'm here to do. Keep you company, take your mind off stuff so you can fall asleep so your life can be better. And I do that. We're able to do it. The whole team of people that work on the show is able to do that because of people like Nora. So if you identify with what Nora said, you said, yeah, no, Nora did it. Now I'm going to do it tonight. Go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. That's sleepwithmepodcast.com/PLUS. Sign up now and you say, oh boy, now you can go to sleep. I did what Nora did. So thanks everybody. Oh, Mystery Bart. A lot of people help out on this show. Who are they?
Chris Posty Poster Son sounds like an earful. Wrote the theme song. Edits episodes too. Carl W. the Legend. Also edits episodes. Ashley, Kenny, Scotty, Jennifer. Runner. Eric and the team at Astound are on the website. I am the Mystery Bart. I do the lullabies, yeah. I do commissions at jonathanmann.net. I'll write a song for you. Any reason at all. You can tell me the story and I'll make it personal. You see the kindness shine straight on through when the listeners form their own Facebook group. Keith, Stacy, Sarah, Julie, and Jennifer. These are your moderators. Get support dear Scooter on Patreon. Buy the merch and support the sponsors. You can find anything you want at sleepwithmepodcast.com. And we're so proud that we could dance. Rusty Biscuit, Lois, Anna like banana. Leah does the transcripts.
Thanks, Mystery Bart. Oh, Mystery Bart, by the way, did you know if you sign up for Sleep Phones, we're giving you some access to Sleep With Me Plus? So if you go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/sleepphones, not only the most comfortable way to listen to Sleep With Me, you can get those Sleep With Me branded sleep phones. You could use the code Sleep With Me to save $5 off your order. And then when you get your sleep phones, you just send a message to Scooter through the contact form on our website, and you'll get access to Sleep With Me Plus. So get those sleep phones, sleepwithmepodcast.com/sleepphones, and then send us a message. Thanks, everybody. Up all night tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble falling asleep? Well, welcome. This is Sleep With Me, the podcast that's here to put you to sleep. We do it a bedtime story. All you need to do is get in bed, turn out the lights and press play. I'm going to do the rest. And what I'm going to do is create a safe place where you can set aside whatever's been running through your brain, whatever's going on with your body or your feelings, whatever's keeping you up at night, tossing and turning. I'm going to try to distract you from that. I'm going to send my voice across the deep, dark night and just kind of try to be your companion. Though I'm going to kind of be like a boring companion. But a companion you don't feel beholden. You say, geez, this is okay, so you're boring. I can say, hey, you're kind of boring, you know. It's kind of like, I guess I'm kind of like a sidekick, a nighttime sidekick. I never thought about it that way. You know, you had Batman and Robin. You know, my sidekicks are, I guess I'm more like a Laurel, you know, than a Robin. If it was like Batman and Laurel, Oliver Laurel, maybe Hardy. I can never figure that out. The tall, skinny one. Or, you know, the Larry. I don't know if I'm Curly or Mo, but I might be a little bit of a Larry. But I'm your sidekick. Everyone kind of knows what a sidekick is. I'm your nighttime sidekick. I have powers of distraction, superpowers of boredom, wings of pointlessness to carry your attention away. And so what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to tell a story, kind of like a story, be a real-time recipe tonight. So, you know, this is, you say, okay, if you are a superhero, and most people don't get the credit they deserve for the superhero level work it just takes out there, you know, life offers an unlimited variety of wonderful challenges for our plastic brain. Thank you, life, so much. Oh, the glass is so, okay, that was like acting. Oh, the glass is so half full to the brim. It's halfway full, but right to the brim in my book. And that's the new, you know, as your sidekick, and, you know, I'm always looking for new things to add to the old, you know, nearly useful belt or whatever I carry. That was called, you know, forced positivity, forces of forced positivity. But, you know, not to kind of ram it down your throat, but to take you say, oh, yeah, I'm not the only one. That is just to say, yeah, Batman, I know you live in a, say, why you got to go down in that tunnel? Why you got a rich house? I mean, don't you got a pool? Couldn't you be planning your crime fighting from the pool or the hot tub? Be like, thanks. They say, what's your superhero name? I don't know. That you're putting me on the spot, Batman. Why don't you go up to the hot tub? There'll be less questions there. I'll have Alfred bring you a nice, you know, electrolyte-laden, low-calorie, refreshing drink. And, you know, we'll bring, you know, we got to get some cruciferous vegetables in you, Batman. You know, so you'd be ready and rested. And what are you doing? You're going to catch a cold down here. And I say, you know, okay, come on upstairs. And hey, why don't you take that cape off? I always think, what's with the cape? You're going to get it caught in something. And I know you might say it's symbolism or for flair. And they say you got enough flair, you got those pointy ears, right? Those are pretty nice. And so anyway, hey, hop in the hot tub, Batman. But I know I could do, you know, I offer that by podcast so that you don't have to be a Bruce Wayne level billionaire to have your podcast sidekick here, your bedtime sidekick, nighttime sidekick, without a crafty name that has not randomly popped into my head. But that's what I'm going to do. You're going to get ready for bed. You're going to press play on this podcast whenever you choose. It could be, you know, before brushing your teeth. Could be after. Could be while you're getting, you know, applying post-bomb application, pre-bomb application, or no bomb, or lotions, or smelly stuff. Or if you're like me, you know, just say, okay, let me just climb in here. Do a little pillow fluffing. And at any point, you're going to hit play and you'll start listening to me. And that way, I'll take your mind off all the narratives you're kind of running, your brain's telling you, or your body's telling you, or your feelings telling you. Those narratives, they tend to be kind of about your self-worth, or about your ability to sleep, or about things that are currently out of your control because you're trying to go to bed. But what I'm going to offer you, but the thing is, their arguments are usually grounded in some sensible thing, a little bit outrageous a lot of times, their commentary. But you say, whoa, that's having some real impact. Because, but I will tell you stories that they're not even based on relativity. They said, I don't think an imaginary story could violate any of those Einsteinian laws, like the first law of pronunciation. But, maybe my stories do not contain, they're related. And but they don't have any, well, maybe they do. I think he's caught me in an Einsteinian conundrum. Batman, we're caught. He probably led us right there because he knew, because I know when you're in the hot tub, you like me to narrate your stories. They got all these comics books about you, Batman. Would you like me to narrate them for you? Would that relax you? Or how about some Aquaman? That's more suited towards bedtime. No offense, Aquaman fans. But it seems like Dullville, to me. But I could be wrong, because I haven't read any. So I could read some of those to you, Batman. But for the rest of you out there, you non-suited characters of normal people, well, the real heroes of the world, if I might say, or someone in a debate, jockeying for some airtime, might say, those of you down on, whatever they say, the grit and the road of Main Street or something or other. But really, I want to be a real sidekick. So what I'll do is I don't really have any. I guess this is the adaptability of lack of superpowers, except when people say, oh, God, you're super boring. And one time it clicked. I said, wait a second. Are you, okay, one, is that a rejection? Okay, two, were you serious? Am I super boring? And she was already walking away. But that was a formative. Can you have a formative memory in your 30s? But hey, okay, so what was I saying? I said, wait a second, maybe I am super boring. And I said, gosh, bagosh. And I was hoping I would, but I said, oh, I look the same. That's even better. They'll never know my dolls are coming. But I said, from this day forward, if I truly have been gifted with the powers of being super boring and, curious about things that people don't find interesting, the ability to describe things in a way that makes the solid seem gelatinous, or to take plot points and make them into more, plot points. I say, the plot master, and no, that's no good. So that's what I do here. If this is your first couple times here, yeah, it's a little strange. It's a little different. But believe me, another thing I have in my belt of, stuff that I carry around. What's this? It's a shoulder satchel because I spilled some chicken parm in my backpack. So I had a backpack. But I carry, a boundary, respecter of boundaries. So I'll come over at bedtime 3 times a week and you just fire me up. I'll start talking. I'll take your mind off stuff. But since I'm your sidekick, just like all the great sidekicks that I couldn't think of before I insulted all the hardcore Aquaman fans, just like those great sidekicks that slip out of my memory, everything I'm going to say to you from here on forward, feel free to let it slip out of yours. Feel free to let it roll over you and then roll off the other side of the bed as you drift off. I'll take your attention away, but then, I won't discard it. I'll just, say, you'll hear noises, and maybe one part of you will be aware that I'm trying to kind of entertain you, to distract you, but not engage you. And also to buy time, well, hopefully, I was hoping a witty character name would bump into my head, but it did not. So that's all. I'm your sidekick of the night. You're, something that rhymes with that would make me look so bright. I'm here to say nighty night. And, with a dull delight. A dull delight. That's not very marketable. So they say, are you going to be a brand? I said, no, I don't know what that means. But I do know that dull delight, that wouldn't be good for anybody. Because they said that, I think that was when she said that was a dull delight. And I said, was that a negative double entendre? And that was a different person that said, but also said, I think she said, or something. I said, is that French? Did you just call me super boring in French? Or was that Czech? I'm sorry. And believe it or not, she was an Aquaman fan. So that's one of the reasons I don't like her, Maybe it's just jealousy. But that's what the podcast is here for. The main intention is, instead of thinking about all this stuff going on with you, just kind of listen to me. And I'll kind of do my best to kind of keep you entertained. And really, that metaphor, it's like, what the heck does that sidekick do? They're on the CB or the walkie-talkie or the communicator, and then they're getting caught. So I'm going to get caught up in all your thoughts instead of, but you don't even need to rescue me. Say, I'll just be here with old ectoplasm and smeller or whatever the heck. So that's it. Podcasts will put you to sleep. It's different than a lot of the other stuff. Could melt your brain if you're, if you're into any of the other stuff I misinsulted. But I'm glad you're here. I'm going to do my best. And thanks for stopping by. I really hope I help you fall asleep. Good night. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots here in this part of the show where I say, hey, if you get a lot out of Sleep With Me, right? You listen to Sleep With Me 2 or more times a week. You listen to more than 2 episodes a week. I'd love it, if you go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. That's sleepwithmepodcast.com/PLUS right now and sign up to support the show. And then tomorrow when you're resting, you could set up the bonus content. Because this message is only for those people, right? Those people who already know you want to support the show. It's just getting you over that last thing to go to that website and sign up. I'm not here to convince anybody because, like another supporter said, hey, I get more than I give, right? So Susan said, feels good to support a talented, hardworking creator who generously shares his life experience, sense of humor, care, and compassion with his audience. I found great comfort and or happy distraction in so many episodes. And here's to many more years to Sleep With Me and Ray episodes. And it feels good because I know my support back makes a huge difference and I get a lot of value out of the podcast. And that is from Susan, right? So if you get a lot of value out of podcasts like Susan did, if you love Ray, Fearless Flyers, you want more, and you want the show to be around for you and for everybody else, right? And you want to empower the show back for what it does for you. Go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. That's sleepwithmepodcast.com/PLUS. But thank you so much, Susan, and everybody who supports the show, whether it's through Sleep With Me Plus, through referring people to the show or sponsors. I appreciate it. Hey, what's up? It's good to see you. I gotta tell you, I got a little warning for you. I invited you over for dinner tonight to make dinner. And, seasons change, as that song goes. People change. But the fact we're cooking together, that doesn't change. But I gotta tell you, this is probably the most unhealthy thing we've ever cooked together. Maybe that it's similar to that tortellini dish, but probably might be more so. And I know you have a lot of friends that are intolerant to almost everything we're going to be cooking tonight. And I'm sorry, I know, but this is a winner. This is just a recipe. It makes sure when we cook it, the house will smell good for days. but it makes a smell. You say, well, geez, what is it? Oh, boy, what is it? Is that a winter cooking? Have you been doing some winter? Oh, I have. Hearty. I don't know. This is actually might not meet the standards for rich. This is rich. That's what we'd say. So it's good to see you. It's good to see you. You look great. And you can tell, you could probably smell now. We did a prep optional abortion for dinner tonight. That I don't even want to create the. I want you to know it's somebody else's recipe. What you're smelling now, which is bread. And there's two options to go with. There's a recipe I use, which is Jim Leahy's no-knead pizza dough. Yes, we made bread from it. And I know Cooks Illustrated or whatever, they have a show. It's not called Cooks Illustrated, though. And now I'm blanking on what it's called. They have a podcast. Wonderful. It's that wonderful guy in a red apron. They say, I love that guy. On that show, it might come to me. But, the people that bring you Cooks Illustrated may or may not bring you this wonderful show. And you see them at fun drives, and they say, I love that guy. Oh, I say, what is it? Oh, it's a tote bag. So anyway, we're going to be, so what you smell is no need. I guess it's dough bread, pizza dough bread. So last night I made Jim Leahy's no-knead pizza dough, which you could find is probably, it's his recipe. It's just simple ingredients that you would get at Trader Joe's, but you would have needed to get them a day or two ago. So it's just flour, water, which we have here, yeast and salt. And then you follow Mr. Leahy's instructions. Now I personally have it. So I could tell you I use 5. This is the only thing I use a kitchen scale for. But I have it, the recipe you'll see that Mr. Leahy has for 1,000 grams of flour. I use 500 grams of flour, and then I use half the grams of water, which is 300 something. I can't think of it. But what I've done is, in an attempt, which turned out to be a botched attempt, but it won't matter. I said, what if we make little bowls or whatever they call those things, little mini bowls, bread bowls, for tonight's recipe. And the successful part was I made I make this pizza dough every Friday, Mr. Leahy's pizza dough. And I'm just realizing maybe his name's Sullivan, maybe it's Jim, but that's our buddy Sully. Maybe they're related. I think it is Leahy, though. But I see Jim Sullivan. I know a few Jims. Oh, that's my dad had a friend, Jim Sullivan, too. So, Jim Sullivan, this bread's for you. And Mr. Leahy, thank you for enabling me to break this bread. But what I do is when I follow the halving of 1,000 gram recipe, after you make it, you leave it out for the night. I come in the next day from work, yesterday in this case, and I broke the 500 grams into 6 little dough balls. And then you leave those, and then I would make them into pizza crusts or pizzas. But in this case, they took 3 of them, and I put them in my cast iron skillet, which had been left in as hot as my oven will go, which for some reason, of course, they give me an oven without a governor. So it goes higher than 500 because that's as high as my little thermometer I have in there goes. And then I have the Dutch oven that goes on top of the skillet, and then I put those 3 little, I let them rise again after I balled them. And I just put them in there and they rise. And I power bake, as they old say, power baked them based on only my own judgment. So you'll have to Google all that. And then I just put them in now to crust them up. And I didn't put them in the cast iron or anything, but you could see they're perfect roll size or big roll. You'd say that's a hell of a roll. But I don't know if we'll be able, we could say they'd be bread bowls for like a soup tasting. I guess if it was a moose bouche, what is that, a moose bouche? A moose bouche? But, if we were doing something really fancy, but then you say, well, then I got to eat all this bread, so that debouches the moose. You just got the bouche with no moose. And I would say, well, this podcast is an amuse-bouche, like the Mighty Boosh, but not as amusing. So an almost amused boosh. Anyway, so, hey, how are you? We have not talked in forever. And as I said, seasons change, people change. So let's get over to Trader Joe's, and I'll meet you there because I got to rethink this booshing. While you get over there, I'll meet you there in a few seconds by podcast magic. Well, hey, we're out front at Trader Joe's now. I know I can see you looking and I can see you smiling because you can tell I'm extra nervous. And I'll just be straight with you. We have a mega crush situation. I don't know if it's a mega. Well, yes, it is a mega crush situation. And I'll just go through it with you right now because we don't have that much to get here. I stopped at Safeway and got some whoosh. Well, this will come up, the Worcestershire sauce or whatever they call it. Now, I do have a super crush in the person that works here. And to show how the effect of crushes have on me, I'll give you a little breakdown. So she's worked here a while, but for some reason I didn't. It was like I said, I don't know how I didn't notice her. But a while ago, pre-crush, I had checked out in her line, and she was wearing a little pendant, and I was honestly curious about the pendant. It was pre-crush. So I was so at ease, and I said, and I didn't even realize this till now when I'm frozen with fear. But I said, and I said, what is that? What does that say there? And she said, well, it says my name. And I think she was laughing. And then she said her name. And I said, no, the pendant, is that some sort of... And then I said, well, okay, adios, bye-bye. I got to get these groceries home. So that was probably the most at ease. That was my A game. So, it was downhill from there. But then some time passed, and I said, wait a second, like my brain, I think that was trapped in the gobbledygook. And then I said, wowza. My heart was in. And since then, it's been straight avoidance, eye contact, then run until 2 weeks ago. When they were having a problem with the new chips, they have those new cards with the chips. And apparently, at least at this Trader Joe's, they created a whole... Now, the poor Trader Joe's workers and the customers, it was very peaceful. But there was humongous lines. Because not only was it busy, but it was the first weekend they were doing the chips. And she was there. And I couldn't avoid her. Because she said, just so you know, if you want to come back... And I think I said, wake or where was I? And then I turned my cart around to run for it. I said, well, I guess I might as well get out of here then. And then I realized, well, geez, I don't own a car. I'm just using the city car share car for the next hour. And this is my only window to go grocery shopping. So I got to go back in there. And I extended this to the city car share. You can just extend it if it's available. It was. So I said, okay, well, I can sit in line. But then I had to go by her again, so I said, "Requestionable." And she said, "What?" And I said, "I gotta go." And she said, "You have a gozer." She didn't say that though, but I think she gave me a look like Rick Moranis was getting from women in those days, in the movies. I'm sure in real life he was getting. I mean, Rick Moranis is, Rick Moranis, he's a god, but in the movies he would get a look like, oh boy. And then, so that didn't, and then last week, in anticipation of this recipe, I went shopping for our ingredients. And I said, gosh darn it, this is never, why are you so, just good, And they said, forget it, I'm never talking to her. Leave me alone, brain. Luckily, I did not say any of that out loud. I just mumbled it to a fresh pack of grapes. I think I looked a little bit like a Hamlet there, but with grapes, instead of whatever the thing he was holding. But then I was running down my list. I said this Worcestershire sauce, and then she happened to be standing there. I said, "Excuse me," and then of course I'd said that. I said, "Do you guys have this whoosh?" And I don't think I had my chart. I think I was so freaked out that I didn't have my. And she said, no, we don't have that here. We have a lot of stuff. She gave me the whole Trader Joe's rundown, really shining on the company. But then she said, no, we don't have that here. And I said, okay, thank you, goodbye. But then I said, some part of me said, come on, Scooter. Come on, man. Do it. Say words. And then I said, how do you pronounce that again? But unfortunately, I was serious. Instead of being charming, I was serious. And she said, whoosh. But then I think she may have thought I was making fun of her. And then I said 17, Worcestershire. And I said, thank you so much for your help. You've been wonderful. And then I went on my way. So that's the crush situation. It is a mega crush, so probably this is the greatest crush in the history of this Trader Joe's for me. Maybe that other one from the first time we cooked together. But probably not. This one is just like, I'm like, oh, goodness. So we have that to avoid, but we have a list. So are you ready to go in? Because I'd rather just, luckily we don't have much to get. So I have Worcester, I think they call it, like there's Worcester, Mass, right? That's what they say, Worcester. Worcestershire. That's what she said to me, Worcestershire. And then I think that's when I said, Worcestershire, wine, Worcester sauce. So anyway, okay, so we have it pretty easy. We're going to hang her right here. Normally she's in the produce section, so just, she's in the cereal section. Okay, so we're going to get here on the right. Carrots and celery, 1 pack of each. And I always, I always wish when we get to the celery section, I had 1 material and 2 knowledge, because I'd say, does anybody have, I'd say stuff like, does anybody have a celery heart? Have a celery heart. Or which one should we purchase, the whole or the hearts? And then, some joke in there, I have a celery heart. Well, why don't you have the whole thing? But so we want to get some celery. I just get the whole thing because then I say, you put it in, you can put the rest in the salad, So we need the celery, we need the carrots. Let me just think. Give me a second here. Now, chives. I think we've had this conversation a million times. Is a green onion a chive or not? And I can never figure this out. The little tiny skinny things, those are chives, right? And then green onions are something totally different. Or is there something, those scallions? Those are are those the onion, or those, what are the onion garlic combination? Oh, yeah, wait, green onions are scallions, and then chives are chives. And then those other things are not called either one. The thing that's like, those are for real fancy food. You say, make sure you put some of those in there. And they say, what, those things that are like an onion garlic? It's the ones you just buy a little onion, a little garlic. And they say, I'll probably think of what those are called. Oh, she's watching me muttering. Hopefully she's, okay, or maybe you're saying she's not watching. Oh, yeah, she's waving to her coworker about me probably, right? No, I'm not saying she likes me. I'm just, okay, it's another form of egoism. Okay, I know. I'm working on becoming egoless, which is tough when you have, you say, geez, I spent my whole life destroying my self-esteem. And then I'm supposed to discern between a self-esteem and an ego. You say, how many lifetimes do I have to figure all this out? Because I'm just becoming aware of these things. And then most of the time it just irritates me. So, but anyway, we need some green onions here. Or if you prefer, a green onion or green onions. Did I say green onions? I meant a red onion. It was all that chive talk was making me nutty. So we need a red onion. And I would say white onion. You could get 2 red onions. You could get a yellow. I prefer, I'm an onion. I like a little pop. I'm an onion man. Yes, I did say that a little lot on purpose. I don't know why. But it said, okay, so we got our onions. Oh, yeah, I know I'm totally nutty tonight, I know. So we have, okay, so let's go over the cheese section here. Now, this is some place where you got to use, like Trader Joe's has a lot of cheeses. Now we're sticking with cheddar here. And this is where you got to work with your audience here because you want to, I like an extra sharp. Now they have some American, they have some New Zealand, Australian, some English, and then they have a mild over here. So we're going to want to buy 2 packs of either, different. You choose the cheese, just get cheddar. You choose the cheese, just get cheddar. Cheddar. Sponsor of Sleep With Me podcast. Scooter Cheddar's been proven to be good. Oh, it doesn't help sleep, really? Thanks, Bob just stopped in to tell me. Cheddar makes it better from Bob and me. What did I say first? Because that was better. Choose the cheddar, make it better. And, one day I'll wear a cheddar sweater. Because C is my favorite cheese letter. C for cheddar is what's for dinner, really. So, okay, you get 2 things of cheddar. I'm going to meet you over here at the bacon bits and try to race by her, avoid. Oh, boy, she's coming over here. Oh, geez, stay by the cheddar. Oh, was I yelling about it? Was there a problem with the onions? No, miss. Mrs. or miss? No, there wasn't a problem with the onions. I was just saying, have you ever been faced with the dilemma of, like, okay, I'm making a recipe tonight with my friend there, my platonic friend. But not that that's important. But when you say, it says I'm doubling the recipe, okay? And it calls for 1 red onion. And I say to myself, well, do I want, why limit my options? Not that I'm not a poly onion. Well, I guess in this situation, I am poly onion. Not that reflect, why are you grinning? But anyway, so I said, my dilemma was 2 red onions. 1 red onion, 1 white onion, 1 red onion, 1 yellow onion, 1 red onion, 1 sweet onion, 2 red onions. Yes, I do think about onions a lot. Well, I usually just get uncomfortable. But now when cooking, believe it or not, I'm not like this when I cook. You should come. Wait. Yes, I make it because. Excuse. I'm just gonna get some bacon. You gotta go. Yeah, someone tipped over the puffin cereal. Okay. Oh, boy. Hey, yeah, she was asking me about the onions. You were listening, huh? Oh, boy, yeah, I've never had it happen like that before. Well, that did not go great, but it didn't go, it could have gone worse. I could have screamed or something, or yelled, But anyway, we got some terribly unhealthy stuff to cook, so let's grab these seeds. Now, this is another thing I love about it. Oh, yeah, this is my friend here. And this is, we're getting some of I was just saying to my friend how good these bacon end pieces are. What a value. What a value these bacon ends are. I'm so proud to be purchasing these. I'm going to buy these. I'm going to put my cart here. Well, what are we making? Well, it's a little bit of a surprise, but you like surprises. So we're making it. It's going to be, I'll tell you the ingredients. How about that? Yeah, the cheese, bacon, carrots, onions, celery. Can you go grab some garlic? My friend's going to grab some garlic. And then some sort of cream or milk, bacon. Did I say bacon? And remember Worcestershire sauce. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Something happened to me there. I don't know what it was. And then it's chicken stock, cream, milk or cream type stuff. I think that's it. Yeah. It's so easy. So you chop everything up, you cook it, and then, sorry, I didn't know what that noise was. It did sound like a puppet. So I gotta go. Do you like be eating terribly unhealthy food? You don't look like you do. Yeah, well, I'll have to tell you about it. You got to go. Okay, I'll tell you all about it next time I see you. Bye. Why didn't I say anything? Hi, good to see you back. Because remember last time when I asked the one that I had 1,000 others, mega crush or super crush, I don't know which is bigger, but I asked her and then she came with her boyfriend, so... And she's just being polite, you know. So let's just not, can we not harp on it? We need to get moving. Okay, so we have flour at home. We would get flour and then we would get whole milk if we were like some sort of, bovine consumers. But I have 2% milk at home, so let's get some heavy cream. And then we'll just make our own whole milk. It'll be even less healthy probably. And then we're going to shoot down this out. No, we won't see her again unless my luck is horrible and she's at the checkout. But we're going to get chicken stock, and they have these nice, what are these called, Terra packs or whatever, chicken stock. And I think that's it. We have salt and pepper at home. And you could put beer in this recipe, but we can't. I just can't do it. Even I was thinking we could do near beer. But I can't handle that. Is that okay? Yeah, I know. Yeah, believe me, I could use about 500 beers right now, but I know it's not good, That didn't help me back then talk to anybody, so. Well, no, I'm not down. I'm just a little, this is being recorded, so. And I feel like, well, I just did my best, right? I can't do any more than that. But there is, I'm being honest with myself. There is a point where you miss a charming boat, and that's what happened there. So maybe I'll just re-listen to this and then I'll say, okay, back at the name tag, that was before we were recording though, months and months ago. I missed the charming boat. Charming boat came back into port. Rarely does it happen, but it came back for the Worcestershire sauce. But it was only at port for a split second, and I happened to, take the anchor and, it damaged the boat irrecoverably, or, badly. And then maybe they said, what the heck? The boat came back. It was repaired, kind of. And it came back maybe even twice in the same portage. But, and then I said, I don't know what, maybe, let's just cook. We got to get in line. We got everything we need. And what I'm going to have you do is check out. I really need to recover here. And I'll go home. I'm going to start cooking the bacon. I'll meet you at home. Okay. Hey, thank you. No, I'm fine. I swear I'm fine. I just want to change environment's subject matter. Have you listened to the 99% Invisible fountain drinks? So I'm going to go put that on. That'll cheer me up for sure. And, and then I'll start cooking some bacon. I'll meet you at home. Okay, bye. Okay, yeah, hey, good to see you. So I chopped up all this bacon because we're doubling the recipe, which only calls, I think it calls for less than this, but I use this whole pack. It's a pound of bacon. I can't even remember what the original recipe called for, but definitely not even a pound doubled. But I can't remember. I don't know. I just remember I used more bacon. So we chopped it up here, and it's in the pot. I love this Dutch oven. Cast iron by Lowe's or Lodge or whatever. And yeah, this is Song Exploder. It's on the tail end of the 99% Invisible episode. Are you ready for your coin check? Good. If not, I think you just go to like Radiotopia or something, .org or .fm. Just Google it. Anyway, so what was I saying? I'm just trying to distract myself. But so we're going to wilt the bacon or, cook it and get it close. And that's where it is already. And now I've chopped up a ton It is warm in here. No, it's not just me. It's hot in here. I'll explain that to you in 1 minute. But so I chopped up the 2 onions and then approximately, but probably more than a cup of carrots and celery nicely chopped up. You see all that? And doesn't that smell good? And I'm going to push all that in there with the bacon. So we got 2 onions and about 2 cups of vegetables, and we're going to stir that. You just keep stirring that. Now, the other smell that's hitting you is I took some garlic that I had here, a little bit older, but not rotting or anything. Maybe turning a little green. Some of it wasn't. 3 heads, bulbs of garlic. You cut off their tips and you roast them in the oven. I put them in foil, and the oven's still hot from the bread. And from my red face is, heated the oven externally. So the oven, you just drizzle them with olive oil, but make it a little just cook. I just throw the foil around them and I throw them in the oven. And I don't even pay attention, just don't overcook it, but I don't know if you can. So they've been in there and it makes an aromatic city. And you just keep wilting those vegetables. Great job on that. Holy moly. Is that wonderful to smell? Does it smell like winter cooking in here? Or does it smell like winter cooking? Or winter, I feel like a winter cooking now with you, I mean, I can't believe you've been here supporting the podcast and listening for as long as you have, for all those episodes you've listened, as many as you have. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here cooking with you and be able to trust you, not to tell any of the other listeners any of that stuff about, my mishap. They say, Jesus, scooters stutter on purpose, or is it? And I say, well, Jesus, traction increases stutters by 47 or, 470%. So no. Okay, so we're getting that. And we just want to keep an eye out for translucency and crisping of bacon. But it's so wet in there, it's, and it's a deep Dutch oven. We got it where we got it. And keep stirring that. Now, as you stir that, I'm going to measure out about 3 or 4 cups of chicken stock and about, I'm going to use this whole thing of heavy cream and then milk to about 2 cups, maybe 3 cups. So we have, we'll split liquids. So we have 6 cups of liquid. We might not use it all though, okay? And then I chopped up all the cheese, and it's in this nice bowl. I shredded it. I didn't chop it. Believe me, that's the first thing I did when I got home. Chopped some bacon, chopped some vegetables, shredded some cheese. To get my, to say, okay, get it out, Scooter. But anyway, so we have we got about 2 pounds of cheese here. So like I said, this is so unhealthy. But, we're cooking it ourselves. If it was at a restaurant, it'd be even more unhealthy and expensive. But as you're wilting that, now I'm not sure. I've heard this term bandied about before in cooking circles, roux, R-O-U-X. And I don't know if we're making a roux here or not. I think there's usually butter in roux and not bacon fat. And there might be other stuff, but I like to say I'm making a roux right now, even though I'm not. I don't know if I am or not, because this is the only time I've ever done this. But as you're stirring that, we're getting, I'd say we're getting pretty limp, we're getting, it's looking soft in there, yeah. So I'm going to take about 4 tablespoons of flour. Now, like I said, I might throw 5, I might throw 4, I might throw 6. Keep stirring. It's going to get a little more intense there. And just be careful. You got to keep stirring. We don't want it to, it's going to coagulate on the bottom a little. And see how it's gumming up there? It's getting a little gummy. And just keep stirring it. Keep stirring. And keep stirring. Yeah, and just, should I stir? It would probably be helpful. We want to stir for a few minutes here. Get this roux, or what I like to call it. Let's just call it roux. Can we agree to agree? I roux this day. I roux. What if, has any movie ever had that as a thing? I roux instead of, And then you could even do it Rairu. Yeah, Scooby-Doo's been married a few times, I'm sure, on the show. Undercover. Rairu, Raggy. Okay, so we're good now. You keep stirring this, okay? And I'm going to start liquefying this with my full milk, I'd call it. It's 2% mixed with heavy cream. Yeah, 2% mixed with heavy cream. So I'm going to add about a cup, and you just keep stirring it. And we just want to, I don't know what they say, don't scald it, but I don't want it to burn the bottom. That's my main concern. Okay, and then we're going to add another cup there. So we got 2 cups in there. Yeah, and now make sure, stir slowly. Make sure there's no flour lumps or anything. And now I'm going to start adding some chicken broth to try to cut down on the total. Chicken broth at least is neutral, you know. And I'm going to add a cup here. You really know how to slowly stirring, yeah. Yeah, this is like a bottomless Dutch oven. And then another cup. So, okay, we're looking pretty good. I want it to be liquidy, but not. Yeah, let's add some more. Another cup of this cream. And then maybe a half cup. Okay. And we probably could use more, but we'll wait. Okay, so we got everything. Now, just bring it up. I'm going to turn up the heat for a second here while you stir. And then I'm going to get my skillet here and put it on there, and I'm going to drop it down to a simmer. And we're going to pop out the garlic here from the oven while that simmers. Yeah, we're going to pop it out. And what we're going to do is I'm going to get this warm. This is like, it's orange coffee. Yeah, but it's heat proof because I'm going to squeeze the garlic. This will be good for me. Very cathartic. But you see how I take the garlic bulb out of the foil, and then I'm going to squish it. See, and it comes out like a little jelly. Yeah, you just squeeze and squeeze. Now, you got to be careful of the skins. You have garlic skins. They call it an onion skin, but it's a garlic. Who? I don't know. The voices in my head. But yeah, so we're squeezing. We're going to push it over here and do the other 2 onions. Just squeeze it. Yeah, it's like onion paste a little bit. And it smells so good. And this will give you a more subtle roasted garlic, they call this, I think, in the old garlic business. But for people that don't like garlic, this will give a more subtle flavor, and we're going to chop it up too. But it's kind of smushy, so we don't really need to see how easy that is. We're just going to keep it here, and then we're going to de-skinify this chopping board. And then we have our cheese ready, and we're going to simmer that for a little while. Now let's see our bread bowl situation. Do you think it would be about 1/8 of a cup, or we could just, you think it'd be cute to do it? Oh, you promised bread. Is there a car coming down the driveway, or do I have a surprise guest, or do I have a repeat surprise guest, or do I have a guest that I temporarily mixed up with another previous guest? Yes, I do, because look who it is. Yes, it is who you think it is. It is. Wait, well, they're not getting out of the car. There's 2 people there's someone in the back, too. Okay, yeah, so, and now they're getting out. Why is this? There's three people. There's someone in the back. But yeah, look who it is. Comeback of 2015. And that is his sister. And I don't know who that other guy, I don't think he's related to them, but, I figured out, okay, hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I can't say enough. I know I already told you how much is Christian Slater. Christian is my friend, my close personal podcast friend here, and this is Helen Slater, my dear. You look amazingly ravenous. Your hunger's ravenous. What smells so good? Dinner does. And you, if you don't mind me saying, the Slater, because this is you, Kelly Slater, right? You're not related to them. Professional surfer Kelly Slater is with Christian and Helen Slater. What It's a slate of Slaters. We should get you guys on the slate somewhere. Remember when you played that jerky congressman? That was one of your comebacks. I was rooting for you then, and I've rooted for you every day since then. And okay, yeah, you're great, Kelly. I only hear good things about you. You are. Is your middle name Strapping? Because holy mackerel, man. Excuse me, my friend, my podcast friend. You guys have a seat. Yeah, those are bread bowls, mini bread bowls. They call them something, bowls or something. Mini MBs, we call them. And yeah, dinner's gonna be real ready real soon. You guys, you have a little Slater con there. Is there a Slater con? There should be. Can you imagine well, I guess there's not very much Billie Jean cosplay we could do. Heather's and a Supergirl, clearly Helen, did they call you? Are you doing a cameo in that? Oh, thank goodness. Okay, my podcast, what is it? Yeah, is Kelly Slater single? I have no idea. Yes, I know he's devastatingly handsome. I'm more comfortable admitting that, yeah. Well, why would that be a oh boy. Do not tell me you is that in a... Oh, boy. Okay. Like, I'm going to pull it together because, believe me, I got one of my personal heroes here and you. One of my, I love Helen. You remember when Helen, that time when I got drunk and I called your voicemail and left you, I sang Billie Jean? Oh, you're right. It was Bananaramas. Okay. So, yeah, dinner's going to be ready. Christian, you want to get to work. You're pushing, you and Kelly are going to get to work. Yeah, there's someone coming down the driveway. So all you guys got to do, go ahead and take that off. You can turn the heat off and then slowly start adding that cheese. Oh, you got it. Actually, put a tablespoon of Worcestershire. Hi. Hey. Yeah, hi. It's so good to see you. I'm speaking. Yes, I'm speaking. Oh, in half sentences. This is my friend Helen. Oh, now I see why you were telling me it was Kelly Slater and her. Well, thank you for inviting her. This young lady here is the provider of our Worcestershire sauce. She taught me all about it, pronouncing it. You have a beautiful smile. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, this is Kelly Slater. He is... You are married or not? Don't worry, Christian. Okay, thanks, buddy. And this is Christian Slater. And yeah, you were a Slater, so you could be, can I call you Sonia Slater? Yeah, you like Sonia Slater, okay. It's Sonia Slater. Yeah, so now we have Slater, okay, I don't want to be Jerry Slater. Yes, my podcast friend, what are you going to be? Oh, I love that. Slater. Kramer Slater, thanks, Kelly, thanks, bang. Can you keep stirring that cheese in there? Thanks, boss. And let's cool that cheese. Christian, can you get some pepper in there? Yeah, those are mini bread bowls, Sonia Slater. Thank you. I will go by Zeke Slater. I'm not feeling it. Yeah, just keep going with the pepper. Keep going. And then, Christian, can you make sure to taste it? I don't think we'll be needing any salt just because of the obscene amount of bacon and cream in there. But just taste it and see if we need any. And Kelly, you're doing great. You just keep adding the cheese. And you know what? Put a little chicken stock in there. A little bit. Thin it out a little bit. Wow, beautiful. Slater. That was witty. Sonia Slater. Do you know I love alliteration? Sonia Slater. And alliteration names. Worcester Slater. How about that? Woo Slater. How about that? Woo Slater. I'm your kid brother, Christian, the one who never got anything. Oh, that's you. Wait, I could be your kid brother that's even bigger. Yeah, so we met. She's my tutor. She teaches me how to pronounce spices in the spice aisle. Worcestershire sauce. Dijonnaise. See that? Did I nail it or what? You're really laughing. No, your laugh is full, boy. So, yeah, okay, good. Kelly, great job on that, by the way. Okay, try not to smile. What are those your real teeth? Holy crap, Slater. Yeah, woo, Slater's in the house. The Slater house. We could run. I'll be treasurer. Oh, wait, I probably can't run for anything because I had to, oh, Christian, you listen to my podcast? Wow. But so, okay, everything is done now. I'm going to carve up everyone's little mini bread bowl, Slater bowl, baby Slater bowls. Yeah, let's eat outside, al fresco. Didn't you teach me that too? I asked you, where is the exit? The al fresco exiting area. But yeah, so, so this is the recipe, yeah. So we're going to spoon it in, and then I have extra bowls if people actually want to eat something other than enough to fill these tiny little bread bowls. And that's great. Thank you for inviting her, by the way. Oh, okay, well, we'll see how it goes. That's all we can do. I mean, I may go lie down for a little while. Oh, if so, that's hilarious. Everybody's outside talking. Kelly, you can stop. Don't worry. I feel my testosterone rising, so I may take over here as Woo Slater and put you in my pack. Christian's already in my pack. I mean, he's cool. He's the best, but he's in my pack, so you could run with me, Kelly. You could be my surfing, like my puppy that surfs. No, okay, don't push it. You got it, buddy. Could you teach me? No. You're kidding. Yes, I like this guy. You're the best brother. You're like don't tell Christian this, but you're the cool older brother. Oh, are we exactly the same age? I don't know. You don't need to take your shirt off, though, Kelly. Please don't do that. Holy. I mean, I'm svelte, but I don't, I don't have that natural color like you do. Or my chest hair doesn't do that. My chest hair is in chaos, where yours... Okay, yeah, just put your shirt back on. We're trying to eat. Seriously, even if I didn't have someone here I had a crush on, I would be... Oh, but that's it. So we're all set here. We got our bread bowls. We got everything else. I'm glad you're here. Slaters. This is Woo Slater. I hope you enjoyed making dinner with me, because I enjoyed making it with you. Good night. Everybody's time to talk about tonight's sponsor, Helix. I'm going to tuck you in with my Helix message here, because that's where I tuck myself in every single night. Now, ideally, my sweet, sweet Helix just feet behind me, listening. Sometimes I got to be away from you, but when I'm gone, I miss you. What do I miss about you? I feel like you're really there to meet my needs when I'm sleeping, so I can have the support I need, the comfort I need. It was like a perfect match. I felt like it was I just took this little quiz, I answered a couple questions, and suddenly, in my life, I had you. My Dusk Lux, you fit my feel preferences. I sleep on my side. I sleep on my stomach. I like to sleep cool. I don't like it stuffy. And you showed up, apparently you were shipped straight to my door free of charge. And that's where we began our journey together so many years ago. And the cool thing is you're my Helix, right? But there's a lot of people listening. I don't know if you know this, but there's other people listening to our conversation right now. I mean, how many episodes have you heard me record? 1,200 episodes. But not everybody sleeps like I do. They have different feel preferences. They may like a firmer mattress, a softer mattress. They may sleep on their back. They may just sleep on their stomach. They might want to choose a mattress with their partner. And I'm so glad to know all they need to do is go to helixsleep.com/sleep and take the quiz there. And they'll be able to pick a mattress that works for them. What a great thing. People used to have to go to stores and have people watch them, then either figure out delivery or people traipsing around. You have somebody trying to talk you into a mattress instead of just taking a quiz and saying, this is what I like. What's going to fit my needs? And they have options to choose from, right? I picked the Helix Dusk Luxe, but now there's the Helix Dusk and the Helix Elite as well. So if you're listening to this conversation right now between me, for my mattress, but for you too, I want you to get the best night's sleep you can. And I know your mattress is a big part of that. So go ahead and take that quiz. It's helixsleep.com/sleep. And right now, go to helixsleep.com/sleep for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/sleep for 20% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/sleep. Thanks, everybody.